worth it? Let me work it.
The price is wrong.
Baby, I'm worth it. I'm worth it.
It's a secret.
A wizard is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Ooh, welcome to the Commander Smiths.
We are the Commander Smiths.
I'm Adam Smith.
And I'm Lowry Smith.
Don't worry.
We're cousins.
We're cousins. Hey, where's your robe? This feels weird that you don't have a robe.
I'm really hot.
Okay.
And it was a hot day and I worked outside a lot. And I'm just like, I had it on when we were talking and I was like, I'm fucking sweating right now. So
No, that's all good.
I prefer not to
Sweat your
Corey
balls off.
Stringer.
Yeah, right. Wah, wah, that's too
Just
soon.
overheat. Fucking ridiculous.
This is episode 335. Yes, 335. I wrote it down because I don't have like
Thank
my
you.
normal notes. I have because we have it's a big episode of Secret Lair. Well, what are we doing, Larry? Instead of me spoiling it, because that's your job. This is your job
You already spoiled it.
to
Well,
tell the
you just
great henge.
do it. All right, fine. Okay, we're not doing Stump the Smith Savant, even though that is I'm drinking. You're drinking.
I'm drinking.
But I can't use that for the good of the podcast by any means tonight. But we're going to be going over the precons for Bloomburrow and saying if it's worth it. If
Here we go.
you got the button.
Is it worth it? Let me work it.
There we go. I put my
And
game
then,
down, flip it, and reverse it. Sorry.
So we got no. There's never apologize for that again. That's and then so that's 4 decks, 2 apiece from opinions and whatnot. And then afterwards, we did all the Secret Lair stuff except for what was just kind of released in the last 48 hours, maybe? Was that yesterday?
2 days
Yeah,
ago?
so we're going to do a Secret Lair. If you want to see all the others, look at our past one.
Yep, our last Friday one. I will say I am going to try to take the one we have here and combine the one from last Friday. So it should be in
That'd be cool.
one video, but just depends on timing and all that. So you also may know. Oh, go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
But tonight's is going to be there is a Monty Python Secret Lair.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about that tonight. So hang on till the end. You'll get to hear about those cards. And that getting it out of the way right now. That is on Monday, the 29th.
Right. Yeah. Yes.
Question mark?
Yep.
Yeah.
29th.
So
at
11 o'clock normal time. So that is happening Monday.
And we'll talk about it when we get to it, but I believe the Monty Python one's gonna sell out pretty quick. I think we're gonna have a
Pretty quick.
pretty quick. I think it's gonna be like a Hatsune Miku type of thing, if not faster, because it's actually the value
I'm
is
gonna
there.
go with
So
faster.
I agree. So the hype on that is pretty big. So we'll get to that there, but I think first off, let's get the elephant out of in the room. Let's talk about we were supposed to go on Monday. I know we told last Friday. We had a big plan for this week. We were like, Monday, we got this on Wednesday. We got, we were going to do the upgrades, and Secret Lair was supposed to be today. We were going to kind of go through that. Well, on Friday, our grandma, fell actually going into to get checked out actually at, the emergency room, which was good that she was right there. But she fell, passed out, hit her head, everything like hit really bad. 5 feet from the door. So we didn't realize how serious it was last Friday. We both got to go down. Did you go down on Saturday? I don't know. Everything
I went,
started.
yeah. Yep.
Everything starts to blend together. So then
There was a lot of promise on Saturday. But on Sunday afternoon, she ended up having a heart attack while like she hadn't woken up. She was heavy sedation. She had a heart attack on Sunday afternoon, and things just kind of kept on getting pretty negative. And they couldn't treat the heart attack because of she hit her head so hard that she had a brain bleed. And it just was not it was not going to work.
Yeah.
So,
the good thing is we all got to visit. We got to see her a bunch. Cindy and the boys came with me twice. I was down there Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. You got to be there at the end, which I'm really thankful you got to be there. She ended up passing away last night at around like a little after 8:00. It was planned, just because her wishes were she didn't want to,
live on life support,
right?
Essentially,
and that's pretty much what we got to.
She was on a ventilator. A lot of things were starting to go negative, needing a lot of oxygen, fluid buildups.
Yeah,
not becoming conscious really.
Yeah, she'd come in and out of there. Because of the heart attack, they had to bring her back. And when you're resuscitating, that happens a lot with normal people, and she's 88 years old and very brittle, and so that she was so she lived a fantastic life. We were incredibly lucky to have her as a grandmother. Yep. She at 88, she was very much with it. Very good. She was in particular, one of the nicest human beings I've ever known. And so it's pretty hard. I'm just like holding back. Come on.
Right.
Let's get through this. So in all of that, we do want to do a dedication shot for Grandma. We're going to do
as we do.
Yeah. A Malort shot here, but is there more stuff you want to say more with?
I think that's okay. She was, are you ready? Are you ready for this?
Let me get,
I'm going to try and hold back, my disgust for the shot of Malort and
we'll pretend
and
like
my tears.
We love it, Grandma. This is for you.
Right.
I am going to drink the barrel aged because figured aged. Grandma was aged. I don't know. I'm drinking the nicer stuff is what I'm doing. Whatever that is.
No, yeah. I just took out whatever was cold.
Well, yeah.
Because I'm fancy. I have a little fridge down here that used to be the mommy milk fridge when the kids were young.
Mommy milk.
So.
Ooh. Next, do you have your shot ready to go? Then I'm guessing.
I do. Yeah.
All right. This one's to you, Grandma. We love you, and it was.
We'll miss you.
Yeah, we miss you tons. The good thing about that, I'm trying really hard not to, like you said, but it's all right. I was trying to hold it together there. It didn't work out too well. So,
and she did not drink. So, I mean, this is just kind of our thing, but
she liked her wine was the only thing that she drank.
Yeah. Sorry, Grandma. That's wait, I mean, she one of the nicest things was like she always asked us like, how's the podcast?
Damn it, I was just gonna say that. You fucking stole it from me.
And every time it was like, oh no, that's okay.
Yeah, that's exactly. You don't need to see this, Grandma. So yeah,
you don't need that. No.
That was like kind of the bit in the beginning when we started this, where it was like all her family like, oh, we want to see the podcast, and Grandma and Grandpa would say it, and you're just, no, you don't need, just know that we're doing it.
You don't need to see that. No, I think I'd apologize to her face. No, you don't need that. And that was early on, the first couple of years of the podcast. That was a bit of, sorry, Grandma.
Yeah,
that was.
So if you go back to our old school stuff, that's Lowry would say that a lot with sorry, Grandma, after whatever we were doing. Tad said, don't lie, Lowry. You know you were sipping the mommy milk just now instead of instead of the Malort.
Well, no,
That'd be
that
really
doesn't
bad.
happen. The kids are too old. I'd be impressed if she was still lactating at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's we put the cast off at this point. I'm
glad we needed time. Like that
Yep.
was gonna be
we need
tough.
time.
I kept updating on YouTube and both of us kept updating YouTube and the Discord. And it was like,
Yeah.
all right, Monday's moved to Tuesday. Now Tuesday. This is another reason why you should become a member of the Discord, because Discord got it immediately. Like they got to hear it right away. I mean, we still did it on YouTube, but Discord got to hear it, knew exactly what was happening. I did try to update everybody on YouTube, but it kept pushing a day, and then you were just like, should we just move it to Friday so we get time here? And I was like, that's a good idea.
Right.
Let's do
I
it.
mean, my dad came up from Nebraska. Our cousin came up from Nebraska, and our aunt came all the way from Wyoming. People started coming in, and then I was like, okay. I mean, like, I hosted my dad. I was a chauffeur for him. And he's getting old enough that he doesn't like driving in the cities anymore.
Yeah.
And so I just knew I didn't really have the time at that point.
And thank you guys all for the support of all that. It made it a lot easier. I know people aren't going to be pissed and be like, fuck that, I want the podcast now. Everybody,
yeah, you guys.
But it seriously, there was a lot of support from especially Discord. There were some people on YouTube too that reached out a little bit. So thank you guys so much.
Everybody.
So this episode, I mean, for the most part, is dedicated to Grandma, but Grandma, don't watch this even if,
Right, absolutely. Now we can't even hide it from her. It's
because I have
over.
a story later that I'm not going to tell now because it would feel weird to back it up from that.
Totally ruin the mood.
Yeah, we're gonna get that just when we get the break. I'll do the story.
What are you drinking tonight?
I don't remember who this is from. Maybe it was from you. Did you bring this to the SmithCon? That thingy?
No, I don't think that was me.
Okay, so it's
it's from SmithCon. Somebody brought that.
Paulaner Salvador.
Paulaner?
Maybe Paul on. Yeah, that's what it is.
It is.
Hit the button. Hit the button.
It's German. It's a Paulaner.
So it's a double bock, and I was trying to figure out if it said Wisconsin. Then I was like, oh, that's a Doji donated beer, but I don't see any where it was brewed, so I have no idea. So if it was, thank you. Somebody gave it at SmithCon beer. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a gift from my birthday from Mr. Hockey. This is a bourbon barrel, Goose Island. What is it? A bourbon county. Specifically it was aged in bourbon barrel with mulberries, boysenberries, and marionberries, and it's quite tasty, 12%. And again, it's pretty good shelf. I don't know my beers well enough these days, but I would say this is top shelf. And I appreciate the gift and cracking it open kind of on a little bit of this special night.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, I'm lucky I got good friends.
I got to give this to Cole.
Get the fuck out.
Why? He's nice.
Grandma
was a hashtag Team Forest Walk lady. I would say she would much rather take a walk through the forest than
she doesn't know anything about Urza, so that doesn't work.
Right. Well, I mean, I was like, if we're talking about like machines or robots, like she wasn't into that. Like Grandpa's probably hashtag Urza's.
Yeah, because half his body is metal at this point. Although I'll give this, and this is a little bit more of shout outs to Grandma, is Grandma and Grandpa, for a 95-year-old and an 88-year-old, the most savvy people with electronics and stuff, with iPads and everything. Like,
better than me.
Yeah, I wasn't going to use you, but I was going to say our parents are probably better. Like, definitely.
We're going to be like, some people.
This guy right over here, right there.
My penis?
But they're on their iPads. Grandpa sends emails from it. Like, dude knows how to work everything with that, and Grandma is just as savvy with all that stuff too. So, like Cindy's parents, to give you an idea, her dad wanted Cindy to set up emails to go through his phone, and he's like, "Well, I want it to go to my phone, but I don't want it to go to the computer." And it's like, you You don't get how this works.
That's not how that works.
It's like the
That's not how any of this works.
It's like the Zoolander. It's like it's in the computer.
But how does it get in there?
It's just funny. Old people are funny, and eventually we are going to be those with our kids. Are going to be doing this like,
absolutely
VR stuff, and we're going to be what? How does that work?
I used to have my younger brother set up like the Nintendo, so, like connecting the red to the red thing and the yellow to yellow and the white to the white, and then it'd work. I'd be like, why the fuck can't I have this? I don't know how to work this. Stupid fucking.
Cindy, for the most part, is more savvy with not electronics, like passwords on my phone and stuff like that. Like, I don't know how to save it or whatever. And she's like, God,
yeah, no, I just write it down.
Yeah, that's what I like to do.
They're all
like,
behind me.
She's like, stop being an old man and just get it on your phone. I was like, I know, but I don't know how to do it. And so like that kind of stuff, apps and all that. I'm like, but like editing and computer stuff.
Do we know if Grandpa and Grandma could do those things, or did they just have? I don't know.
Somebody doing it for.
I don't think that's an appropriate question for Grandpa at this point. We can wait a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, how many passwords do you have? How about that? That's my curious thing. For you personally, are you running 1, 2, or 3? Yeah, I know that you're doing like 15 different sites, but I know you don't have 15 different passwords, right?
No, well, it's with the iPhone stuff. If it's like iPhone, like if it's apps, I just use the really complicated one because then it saves it in my phone and I don't have to ever remember it. Because you basically do everything on your phone.
That's fucking stupid. What's going on? Why is that even a thing? It doesn't make any sense.
It just makes a crazy password.
Can't wait until they just fucking start hacking your phones, and then I don't know.
Yeah,
it's all wild.
My face is my password for my iPhone. That's basically
yeah, that's a terrible password.
Oh, wah wah. I'm just gonna give a fart. Actually, I want the wah wah wah. All right, should we actually get to the episode? Let's get to is it worth it? Let me get to this and then shit. Where is it? There we go. I'm on the slideshows. That's what we got to show here.
Is it worth it? Let me work it.
I put my game down, flip it, and reverse it. I don't want to play the whole thing because then we get flagged for it. Okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I did just hear that Missy's Superfly just got pushed into space. I want to say they sent it to Mars or something. Cool. The first rap song put into space. I think. Yeah.
Look at you knowing stuff.
Yeah. No, I can read the headlines.
I can't.
Not the whole thing. Just.
Okay. So what we are going to do here is we're going through these decks here, and we're basically going through the reprint value of them because the new cards you really can't judge pricing, especially in the pre-release stuff right now. If you go on some sites, they have like cards $20 just because they aren't out and pre-sale and all that. What we're going through is, hey, if you could buy this commander deck, and let's say you own all these cards, like we typically do. Can you hit the "Oh, good for you" button? Because I don't have.
Oh, good
for
right.
you.
So we want the new cards because we have normally a lot of the cards that are in these decks. So we're going through it and picking out the cards that are actually worth some money that you could potentially sell or buy a list to get your money back to see if these are actually worth buying. And basically it's anything that's $2 and up is what we're kind of calculating here. And then we kind of go through and we either decide, is it worth it?
Baby, I'm worth it.
Or do we want to skip on this one and it's just garbage?
The price is wrong.
So at the end of each one of these decks, we will kind of just determine which, if we think for both of us, it's not going to be necessarily we agree on it. Probably a lot of times we do on this, but sometimes we don't. Again, you say that part. Go ahead. I know that's the part you're about to say.
Okay. So 2 points here. If you like the cards, the worth it part does not matter.
Right.
It's something that you're interested in. That we are purely going for reprint values at this point. There are a lot of new cards, and I feel like this deck looks interesting to me. Not saying don't watch this video, please do, but a lot of these points aren't going to apply to you.
Right.
Secondly, they are reprints, and so oftentimes they do drop in value to a certain degree, so the numbers will change
from what we have
for a
listed.
while. Sometimes they appreciate in long term. It just depends on where you're at and watching this currently
Right.
and how quick you try and turn cards.
Yep.
This is not Secret Lair. So this first one is Adams,
Yep.
and this is
Animated Army. So I did not. We are going to do an upgrade video on all these decks. So I did
Next
not
week.
go. Yep, that'll be next week. I did not go through and go, hey, what's all in this? These all make sense. Blah blah blah. I specifically just went through the reprints, like we were mentioning before, and here we go. So we have only one card that is over $10, and that is Tender Shoot Dryad. So that is an $11 card at the moment. So that is the only card over 10, but we do
Okay.
have 7.
that's the one that makes saplings each upkeep.
Yep.
Okay.
Each upkeep. Yep. We do have 7 cards that are over $2, up to $2 to $10. One is Lotus Cobra. That's up to 5. So that's rebounded a little bit since it's reprint in the Zendikar stuff. We have Grotham All Devouring. That's that like huge worm dude. He is a $7 card. Kodama the East Tree, very good card. I love that. I spec'd on it. It just really hasn't taken off, but I love that card. And that one's a $4 card. Or maybe I'm thinking, is it the West Tree? Which one is the one when you play a permanent and then you get to play something that's lesser value? Whatever.
I get my lefts and rights mixed up, so I don't
remember
know
which one. That one's $4. Galta that's the primal, the big guy, the big 12/12. That one is $3.
I'm surprised by that.
I know. This one I'm also surprised by. Bootlegger's Stash is in here. When that came out, I was like, shit, this card's going to be so expensive. That's
That's
only
a $10 card.
That's only a $4 card at this point.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I think it might also be too expensive at that point. So this reprint might
Might
really
knock it down a little bit more.
I mean, it's hard to put it in a deck because you want to be land like heavy, and so when do the artifacts matter?
Right. It's
Type
the
thing.
only deck it's in for me is my Akiri deck that all depends on treasure stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Then we have Greater Good, which is right at that border. It's a $9 card at this point, so it's really close to that $10 mark. And then we have one land, Carpolzen Forest. That's the Pain Land ones, the 1 damage. Isn't that right? Colorless, red, green, whatever.
And
It's-
those are in standard right now, and that's kind of why they are inflated a little bit. Once they rotate, it's gonna
yeah.
go down.
So the value of this deck to buy on TCG when I did this a couple days ago is at $41. The total value, as you can see here, is 46. When you take those 8 cards, 7 under 10 and the 1 over 10, that brings you to 46. So the value is there. With
What can you
reprints.
buy this at? This is all basically $40, right?
Yeah, this was TCG pricing. What I did for the deck here.
Okay.
So 40. Oh, I said 41 earlier. Yeah.
Oh, so that's what you could buy it on TCG Player at 41.
41 bucks. Yep. And the value right now is 46. So
It's like free
46.
shipping.
Yeah, pretty much. So okay. So that is the value. The value is there. So you're at least getting, if you sell the cards that I think with all of these cards, I think Grotham is only the one that the only card I might not own, and I probably do own that. I just don't play it. So everything.
Good for you.
Thank you. So out of this, I could totally get the $41, pay $41, sell all these cards, and pretty much make my money back. Well, let's see how's it going, buddy? How the new cards are. The new cards make it even worthwhile to go after this. So we have 3 of them that I kind of picked out here. There's a little bit more than that, but these are the ones that I thought were interesting in this. So the first one is Bright Cap Badger. This is 3 colors, 1 green. This is the storybook thing where you can put things on an adventure. So the
it's an
adventure
adventure.
side is the 2 and 1 green instant. Create 2 1/1 green sapperling creature tokens. So that Tender Shoot Dryad kind of works well with this. But then the creature side of things, which is that 3 colors and 1 green, it's a 3/4. Each fungus and sapperling you control has tap to add a green. At the beginning of your end step, create a 1/1 green sapperling creature token. So that Tender Shoot Dryad that I was just talking about earlier is over $10. It does it on everybody's upkeep, so that is a little bit different. But this is making it so that your sapperlings and your sapperlings
Fungus.
and fungus tap for mana. So that's That's pretty sweet. I like this card.
Yeah,
quite
that's a
bit.
really cool card for Sapperling decks.
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, that's what I want to get at, though, is you could just have this not in it just a Sapperling. I mean, it'd be beneficial if you were, because it is creating a 1/1 that taps for mana. It won't be able to tap that first turn, but, you know, it is generating dorks for you. So I don't know. It could be interesting there. Then we have Alchemist Talent. This is the ones where you have the levels. So it gains, you have the first level and it moves to the next level. It still retains the levels above it. So this is 3 and 1 red for an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, create 2 tap treasure tokens. Then you can tap 1 red and 1 colorless. Treasure tokens you control have sacrificed this artifact. Add 2 mana of any color to your mana pool. So that's pretty sweet. Just this is going to go into Kiri. Like I mentioned, I have treasures in that one. And then the last level, which is a little bit of a hefty price here, but it's 4 and a red. Whenever you cast a spell, if mana is spent with treasure, then this deals damage equal to that spell's mana value to each opponent. So you just need to use one of those treasures, and whatever the mana value is, everybody's getting hit. That's pretty
cool.
brutal. Yeah, so that for 5, it makes sense that that's a little hefty to get to that last level there.
Right.
So I like this one a lot. It could probably go in not just treasure decks. Like you're gonna want treasure though to be able to utilize that. But I think this one's gonna be pretty sweet. And then the last one is thickest in the thicket. An enchantment. It's,
that's a tongue twister right there.
3 colorless and 2 green. When this enters the battlefield, put X/1/1 counters on target creature, where X is that creature's power. At the beginning of your end step, draw 2 cards if you control the creature with the greatest power or tied for the greatest power. So you're doubling a creature's power. You're not going to play this in a deck where you have little dorks or little meat force, little creatures. You're going to put in bigger creatures, and you're going to double the power and toughness of one of your creatures that gets counters. It's not till end of turn. And you're drawing 2 cards every turn if you are playing a big stompy creature deck. So I think this is really good if you're playing big stompy creatures, and that's in the right colors because it's green. You're looking in old man wise trying to figure everything out.
Yeah. No, I mean, sometimes when you talk, I stop paying attention. And then you said draw cards, so I was like, wait, what's going
draw
on?
Cards too.
That is probably the one that I like the most. Thickest in the thicket. At this point, what do you think though? Are you thinking that this is worth it? Do the new cards, when it comes, okay, I don't know what is our parameters for is it worth it? Because if it's just straight value money wise, I guess you got it by $5.
Right. But the thing is, you got to remember those cards that I pointed out. You have to move them. There is some work that is involved in that. You know what I'm saying?
Very true.
Like, there's also shipping. There's also fees that get taken into account there.
And so when you're looking at these new cards, do you think that puts it over for you to make it worth it to buy? Button.
Is it worth it?
Is it worth it?
Oh,
Is it worth it?
there we go.
Let me
Sorry.
work
Thank you.
it.
Is it? Do you think it's worth it for you, or is this my question? Am I doing it first? I think it's you first.
No,
right?
it's you first because I'm the one that broke it down. So.
All right, I probably should have let you lead.
Hey,
into
no,
it.
that was a good lead in. Look at you.
I was trying.
Yeah, that
I
was
was
good.
trying to do those transitions.
Yeah, that was really good. So yeah, you took my job for me. That's good. All right. So Lowry, taking into account
Is this worth it?
all the other stuff there, we got $41. It costs. Oh, did you freeze? Oh, there we go. $41 for the deck. It's $46 in value with reprints. These are the 3 top cards I think in the deck that are actually of value, and I will tell you right now, they aren't over $10, and this is at pre-release prices. So, all taking that into account, is it worth it for you? Is it worth it?
Is it worth it? Let me work
Okay,
it.
so with the reprints, like I really want to look at the bigger ones. So right now you're talking Tendershit Dryad, and that's about it. That's
Right.
really, what's that?
Right. Yep. That's right.
Yeah. And then these new cards, like I like them, but they're cheap singles in my opinion. And so that does not put it over the edge for me. Like I don't want to work really hard to get my value back because I'm lazy. And so this is not worth it for me.
The price is wrong.
Sorry.
I'm pretty much right there with you because, like you mentioned, it is work, and this is again when we say all this again, we're going to re-emphasize this after every single one because these all videos are going to be split. If you don't have these cards, if you don't have a lot of cards that are in this deck, if you just like this deck and you just want to play with it, whatever, it's worth it for you. It's worth it. This is just our opinion with what's being reprinted here.
Yep.
We're taking in the reprint and being like, we're going to sell all these cards or whatever.
If you enjoy playing with precons or a little bit of a tweak upgrade,
Yeah.
and you like this, go for it.
Which then
But-
you watch our video next week about the upgrades, the budget upgrades, and the Mr. Unlimited upgrades. You can just do that. But here, these cards, once this deck comes out, once we have pre-release weekend right now, release is next week, they're gonna drop. These don't have enough value or they're hitting, these are commander cards
Right.
specifically. Obviously, they're in commander decks. They're not gonna go up in price. This isn't like what was one of the commander cards that is what is it? That vampire that every time a creature or an artifact comes into play, if they don't put it into play tapped,
Oh,
it's what
yeah.
is his name?
Yeah, I know what it is. Hold on.
And then Trouble in Pairs, I believe, is also in a commander deck, and that's an amazing card. It's Charismatic Conqueror. There we go. Got it.
Thank you.
Charismatic Conqueror. So those would be different. If one of these was, Trouble in Pairs or Charismatic Conqueror,
This doesn't
yeah.
have that.
Yeah, these don't have that. These are going to be cheap. You're going to be able to buy these for under $5.
It doesn't have a black market connections type card in there.
Right. And so to me, it is also
The price is wrong.
only because
Got it.
what I see when I see this deck is to get my money back and to get these cards for free. It's more work than anything. And it feels like I'd rather just spend the money to get the singles that I want. And these aren't even like that great of singles. Like you mentioned, the fungus, you're going to put that typically in a fungus or a sapperling deck. The treasure one, sure, that one's going to be in a treasure deck. And then you got the thickest is going to be in a big stompy. It's not going in every deck. It's got to go in a big stompy deck. So they're very specific decks that you're putting in. It's not a card that goes in every single green deck or every single red deck. So
And honestly, it kind of feels weird in this deck because I looked through this deck when we were deciding on who's got what. And this is an artifact, like it animates artifact deck. And then they threw in sapperlings for like the best cards in there. Like,
yeah,
a little odd because especially the commander who's turning artifacts into creatures, right? That's what's happening. That's a blue thing. And you're
That's a
totally
good point.
ignoring blue in this, so you lose all the support from that regard. And then they jammed in sapperlings. So it seems like a mess of a precon in itself, even though I haven't really broken it down. But
So that'll
what
be
little I saw, this looks like a mess of a precon.
yeah.
Buy singles of the cards that you like.
There we go. All right, let's move on to the next deck, which is Lowry, your deck. What do you got here? I'm gonna
Which one
get
is
another
this?
beer. Family Matters.
This one, Family Matters. Is Family Matters? Yeah.
Yeah,
you're
Family
right.
Matters.
Okay, this one's Family Matters. This is red, white, blue. This is kind of a cool deck. I do like the commander in itself.
Doji
All of
beer.
these precons are coming for $40. What is that one? Is
Doji
Wisconsin
beer.
tits?
It does look like that, but it is ITIS.
Itis?
Itis?
Wisconsin itis? That does not roll off the tongue. Whoever came up with that.
I like Wisconsin tits better, Lowry. I think
See?
they're saggy and
we
droopy
know. We know that's
and full of booze.
right. This is a pretty cool deck, I would say. It's kind of like an ETB doubling, creating tokens kind of deck. You want to switch to the next?
Yep. Sorry. I was
Slide.
pouring my beer.
Get to it. You have two cards over $10, and it's exactly $10. But you got Luminous Broodmoth at 10 and Helm of the Host at 10. Both really
Good
solid
cards. Yep.
reprints for this deck. Because, like I said, it's an ETB token deck, and the more like Luminous Broodmoth allows for more ETBs as the creatures come back after they die, and Helm of the Host is creating more of your commander generally, and pretty sweet in that regard. You have after that cheaper cards, but Selfless Spirit, Combat Celebrant, Curiosity Crafter, Elspeth Sun's Champ. One thing that we did not talk about, Rapid Hybridization and Cascade Bluffs. One thing that we forgot to mention in the last video, and we might forget in the future ones, but all of these have one planeswalker that have new art that is of Bloomburrow style.
Oh, that is a good
And
point.
I'm curious if those will be more expensive
Yeah, they
or
will.
not as well. I don't know where the price would be, but it's really cool art. So it's like Elspeth as a bunny or a bird or whatever. You got Garuk in the squirrel one coming up. That's a squirrel, like Garuk Squirreled.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
I
awesome.
As
I
a
mean,
collector, Garuk Don, good. As a collector, I want all of those. So I think that there is an angle to that, but those can also appear in the collector boosters. I'm pretty sure. So
yeah.
So that they might stay low because of that, but as a collector, I want them and not the whole deck. So that is a good point. Very good point there. Okay.
So there's a potential in all the decks for the one planeswalker that has a special furry art or whatever.
don't they all have it in there? Isn't that what it is?
All of them have one. Yes.
Right. Okay.
And then so that's the Elspeth Sons Champion. It's not an expensive card. It's $1 or $2, you know, but with that special art, you might put it up there. That's hard to tell. But a total value is $36.50.
How much was this one
it's
to buy? Was this also around 40?
$40. Yeah.
40.
38 on TCG Player. If you like ETB effects, I think this is the deck that you can really tweak and kind of make work for you. I think it looked fairly cohesive and it worked together.
Okay.
I liked it. And as RoboCop is saying, this is the one that he was saying he was going to buy, and I totally get it. And again, if the deck looks good to you, and it's at least close, then I'm going to suggest it's cool to buy it.
Well, he mentions he really likes the new cards. So why don't we talk about the
let's
three
move on to
new
the new
cards that
ones.
you got here?
3 of them that we're going to talk about here. I think there was a lot of good ones, but here we got Arthur Marigold Knight, which is 2, a blue and a red and a white for a 4/5 hasty little mouse knight. But
Can you read it?
I can't.
Okay.
It's been like 2 weeks since I looked at this.
So whenever Arthur and at least one other creature attack, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put a creature from among them onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Return that creature to its owner's hand at the end of combat. So you don't even have to, it doesn't have to be the person that you're attacking. You can attack, I can attack Lowry and have the whatever creature come in and attack Ibukaki or something like that, or number 2 or something. Hit that Ibukaki.
No, and it's really, really cool because it's more like a 3-colored Ilharg. It is legendary, so this could be your commander in other decks. It doesn't matter what's in your hand because 6 is deep.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to get something likely if you're building around this. I really like this as a card advantage type card as well. It just really
dude.
seems cool.
I mean, you fill that deck with either ETB creatures or just big, fat, stupid creatures. Like seriously, you just fill that.
It's a ton of value. So in this deck, it's a ton of value. You're gonna get something that's, ETBs. It's 4 or 5 mana. You're gonna be able to cast it again the next turn after it returns. Tons of value with this card. Really, really cool one. Next one is Polywog Prodigy. 1 in a blue. It's a 1/3 evolve. So it's whenever there's a creature with different power toughness that's larger than it, you can put a 1/1 counter on it. And whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell with mana value less than Polywog power, draw a card.
Oh, that's
So
I like
right
that.
off the bat, it's going to be
Yeah.
really tough to draw cards. But once it gets to a 3/5, like you're going to be drawing some cards.
right for sure. I mean, you just put this in a creature heavy deck that has bigger creatures. I mean,
Right.
you like you said, you just need to get up a couple, and you're going to be drawing cards, non-creature spells. So I like this. I like this one. You
And
have
so
some good
yeah,
cards in
so
this
if
one.
you and in this deck right here specifically, when the commander, we'll talk about this next week, but you pay 2 and make a different, like a 1/1 version of it. And so, well, that I guess that's different. Never mind. It's a really, really cool card. It works in +1 counter decks when you're like proliferating. It's a really cool card. I like it. I'm going to be excited to play with this one in the 99 in a lot of my decks. And the last one is going to be Agar.
No,
Instigator.
It's an agate.
Agate.
Can I do
I'm
it?
gonna get new glasses this winter. Sorry.
Kid can't even read. Yes.
People aren't buying us Malort Shots, so I can't afford my glasses.
One way to support the Commander Smiths and help us continue to do what we're doing is buy us Malort Shots while we're doing the podcast. Thank you, guys.
We are accepting donations currently, if you so wish. I want to get drunk tonight. Agate Instigator, 1 in a red.
Grandma would like it, guys. Grandma would
like it. Maybe probably not. Sorry,
It
Grandma.
is Friday too. So all right, good. Sorry.
1 in a red, 1/3. Offspring, 1 in a red, which means you get to make a copy of it. I believe they're 1/1s, but this doesn't. Adam chose the cool full art version that doesn't have the reminder text at this point. Thanks.
Yep.
But whenever another creature you control ETBs, deal 1 damage to each opponent. This is
Impact Tremors, but you
Impact
get
Tremors.
2 of them.
That was two. Yeah. You get an option of 1 or 2 of them. They can block. It's a 1/3 off the bat. So
well, even if you do the Offspring part, you immediately do damage. 1 damage, 2 damage, right? Because one sees the other, and the other one sees the other.
Yeah, they both trigger each other.
So you immediately
I
hit.
didn't think about that.
Yeah. So like this is just silly. Like,
and it's right on par with Perforos, which is whenever a creature comes into play, deals 2 damage, but that's 4 mana. So like it totally feeds into the strategy there. It's going to be really, really good.
Yeah. Nope. I agree. Okay. So Larry, go ahead. Ask the question.
Adam, this deck at 3650 of value, but some pretty cool cards. Do you think it's going to be worth it?
Oh, I should hit the button, right?
Again.
Wait.
Is it worth it? Let me work it.
Oh, let's see here. So, okay, can I ask, what were the do you know what the pre-release pricing were on these 3 that are on this? No.
I think Arthur was maybe 5. Polywog Prodigy was in between 5 and 10, and the Agate was 3 to 5. I want to say.
I think I have to fall in line with the the previous deck. Like, these are good cards. They're going to be used. But again, the 3 new cards, you had 2 cards that were over 10, right?
Yes. Luminous Broodmoth and Helm of the Host.
Well, Broodmoth is a very good card.
Yep.
I think because of, I think I can get all 3 of these for under 5 at some point. Wait for a release weekend. These suckers are going to drop. I honestly, I think I'm still on the boat of...
The price is wrong.
I think I want to go singles on this one because I like these 3, but none of them are standing out where this is going to rise, where this one's going to go 10, 15, where I'm like, okay, then it's worth maybe...
Yeah, I think I agree with that rationale, as in this is not a black market connection type cards.
Right. So
this isn't going to go into every black or white deck or whatever. Agreed. They are...
I like the cards better than the cards from Animated Army. I'll say that.
Yes, absolutely.
But I would rather pick up these singles. And that's the thing I didn't mention in the other one is, for me right now at this point, is just a little pulling back the curtain. Larry and I used to get every single Commander deck Precon when they were doing once a year. When we got the big once a year 5-drop of Commander decks, boom, we got them all because there were so many new cards. Let's buy them. There's enough new stuff in there. Now with them doing them every set, which they're better than the ones that they started doing where it was like the really cheap ones.
Right around Keldheim. Yeah, that was rough.
So these are much
but
better.
These also aren't as good as what they were last fall in Ixalan when they had that vampire.
Right.
Like they were hitting out of the park for 2-3 sets there from the fall moving forward.
So,
and they've kind of fallen off since Murderers of Karlov.
Yeah. So what the Precons turned into for me is more bulk, more work for me to, I got to sort through the, like, that's what I immediately think. I'm like, oh my God, there's so much bulk in here. I had to sort these, either put them in the binders, try to get them to Card Sphere, Card Kingdom, sell. It turns into too much, and I'm like, I would rather just spend the money on the cards that I want for decks instead of buying a big 100 cards that I have to get rid of, that are either just going to sit and just take up space. So for me, it's not worth it. How are you feeling? Like, I mean, that's my opinion on what I mean, if basing it off of the other deck, similar things. I like these a lot more, but again, I'm going to go for the singles in this one.
I think Obadiah, they're going to get a lot of money out of you. I mean, pre-ordering all the precons, yikes. But if you don't buy other cards, like, that's perfectly fine again. Right. I just know. And the Obadiah's around a lot. We can give each other shit. I agree with you. I'm going to say this is much better. This also, it tempts me at least. ETB is a common thread. It can be used a lot. 1/1 counters are big, cheating things in it. Like, they're all relevant cards for a lot of different decks and archetypes. And so these three main that I'm talking about, the main commander, which is an ETB, creating more copies. Like, I like the entire deck. I generally, I'm going to go rogue here a little bit. When the value's lower on the reprints, when it's lower than the buy cost, I generally say price is wrong. I think I'm gonna go with I would buy this.
Oh shit!
I'm
Lowry thinks
but we only have two buttons. There isn't a maybe I'm thinking about it. Like, there isn't that button.
You got to make a decision.
So I had to make a decision. I would buy this. I think it's a really cool deck.
Are you going to?
I just said. So I don't know at this point. It probably depends when I go to my main store. Shout out Cedar Cliff Collectibles. Me and Hockey go there quite a bit.
We should.
So if they don't have cards cheap, then no. But it's close. It's close.
All right. Okay. The next deck we're moving on to, Lowry. This is also you, so you get two in a row. The next deck is Peace Offering. So, what is this deck valued at TCG at this? How much can you buy this deck for at this moment?
They're saying that you can buy this for $40 or $40 on TCG Player. So right at cost, whatever they're saying that it should be. I was just about to spoil it all.
Oh, you're about to give it. Okay, let's get to your money.
I don't even want to talk about it really. Okay. But okay, so you have one card that's $10 more, which is just at $10, and then cards under 10 is at $21. The best card in the deck is Colonian Hydra, which they just reprinted in the last year,
and that's at $10.
I want to say, well, it's still at $10, but this is kind of a +1/+1 counter deck. Everybody's it's one of those group hug style decks. And I do like those kind of decks, just not the way that Wizards makes them. They're like too group huggy. Like, there's no way to win. You're just.
So what you're saying is you need the upgrades of what we're gonna do next week. I just saw this.
Do that.
Oh, I didn't move the donation. That is
what happened.
Joe Mage. He did it for Grandma Smith. Oh,
She can't even read.
What was it?
It's for Grandma. It's a Malort. Thank you, buddy. Really appreciate that. A bunch of local stores are selling this at $50. Okay, I'm gonna get the Malort ready.
Okay, so I'll talk here. Cards that they did reprint, like I said, Colonian Hydra. You have Fabro Elder at $2. Lorna the Third Path that was just reprinted in another Precon, so this seems like something that they will reprint consistently, and that's at $3 currently. I don't see that staying. Tamio the Field Researcher, which is one of those alt art bunny whatever's Planeswalkers, but it is a $5 card on its own.
Okay,
so I can see that.
So that one's will be about $10 probably.
Yeah, that has that potential. Offer Can't Refuse, which is one that we like. Tempwood Discovery, Intellectual Offering, which are those like tempting, like, hey, you get
offer.
this too. Yeah. You got Brushland, which is the Painland, Green White, and then Sunpel Grove. They're gonna be reprinting Painlands and Buddylands forever. I would not trust in those being really tradable or sellable at this point, or even there's not going to be a ton of value, even though they're 2 apiece. So this $31 of value. That's rough.
Yeah,
So rough.
for $40.
For $40. Yeah. You do have a bunch of new cards, and this one did have really cool cards.
Yes, this one has This
I'm
one
gonna
has
admit,
one has some really. Do we want to take the Malort shot now or between the between?
you're right.
But like you mentioned, like I think out of all the new cards, and this is kind of a little spoiler thing, I like these the best out of all of them. Even my deck that I'm going to do after this one, the Squirrel one, I think these have the best new cards in them. And I think I'm going to say, is it Joe Ma Edge?
Jumanji.
No, it's Joma Edge. Joma Edge. That's what it is. Joma Edge. Thank you so much for the tribute to Grandma.
Thank you.
That really, it means a lot. Not only supporting us,
Grandma.
but Grandma,
We're sorry.
don't look. Okay, second one gets worse every time.
Every
First one I
time.
can handle. I could keep a straight face for a little bit. I can't wait to announce our next Malort endeavors.
I can. We can wait however long we need to.
It's gonna be amazing. All right, so
That
what
is
do we
terrible.
what do we got for our new cards here, Lowry? Are you drinking a Northeast now?
Yes. From SmithCon.
Yeah, I know that's my next one I'm going after.
All right. This is one that I had 5 and I had to cross off 2 because we only allow
Yeah,
3
I
here.
know.
But this again, we were just talking about it. A lot of really cool new cards in this one. But you have 20-toed Toad. So that's Toad like for your toes
Yeah.
on your feet. Toad. I love it.
Wah,
I love
wah,
it.
wah.
It's gonna fuck up that aspect right there. Your maximum hand size is 20. Whenever you attack with 2 or more creatures, put 1/1 counter on 20-toed Toad and draw a card. Whenever 20-toed Toad attacks, you win the game if there are 20 or more counters on it, or if you have 20 or more cards in hand. That's an awesome you win the card.
It is. It's a double.
Right?
It's a 2-parter with that. I dig that a lot, actually. I mean, it's going to be really hard to get that. There isn't that many times that I get cards that, if you're already putting that many counters on your creatures, you're pretty much winning the game anyways. But I like that it has the you win the game clause. And then 20 cards in your hand. I mean, I think that probably happens more often if you're building a deck around that.
I mean, if you have the Ozolith, you can get counters on this bad boy pretty quick.
That's a good point.
Good cards.
Yeah, I like
Good cards
this.
go
But I
well
mean-
together, huh?
But I mean, let's just take out the clause of winning the game.
Okay.
But whenever you attack and get into 1/1 counter, if you attack with 2 or more and drawing a card, like that's good in itself. That's a good.
You don't have to attack with 20-toed Toad either.
Oh, that is a good point. Whenever you attack with 2 or more, so you can attack with tokens. You put a counter on this guy, he sits there and you're drawing. That's a really good point. I like that.
Right.
I think your next one is the one that I'm really excited for. I think
Okay.
this one's really fun.
So you have
Be funny if-
perch protection.
I was gonna say, it'd be funny if you jumped across to the third one, like not the middle, didn't go in order. And you're like,
Because that's my
this one?
favorite card. This is 4 and 2 white for an instant. I'll let you read it. It's a little small.
Okay, so it's an instant, like Larry said. Give an extra turn. Create 4 2/2 blur. Excuse me. Got the Malort burps. Create 4 2/2 blue bird creatures tokens with flying. If a gift was promised, all permanents you control phase out, and until your next turn, your life total can't change, and you gain protection from everything. Exile, perch protection. So you give
That's pretty cool.
you give somebody an extra turn, and your Teferi's protectioned out for
Yep.
the
And it gives you 4 2/2 flying birds.
yes, which that's not crazy, but it's giving you.
No, that's crazy.
Well, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's not crazy.
it's not crazy, but at the same point,
But
it's like
okay,
This is like so much politics in this card right here. Like you could politics it, or you just play it straight up and just be like Teferi's protection. You're like, well, fuck, I'll give him the extra turn because this guy's alpha striking all of us. And hopefully they go in and kill him. And I'm not here. I'm no longer here.
Being an instant is so awesome.
It is.
You can give it to somebody that's going to die that extra turn, and they don't get that extra turn.
Oh, that is really brutal too. But I think what I would, that is pretty funny. Or
I guess that's the jerk way, right?
Yeah.
Okay, somebody's alpha striking and one of them lives. You give them
the
that,
extra,
so they can crack back twice in a row. Right?
You know, you get the bringing back an old school person that used to play with us, Ryan Grant's or cousin Jake. That's all about revenge porn. No, I'm just kidding. Revenge. And so you get that person to get 2 turns. You know, it's like, oh, you're gonna hit me, or I should say, let's do a recent person that actually plays with us, Trombley. Trombley is a very revenge cracker. So not a white person. That sounds like I was. He's
white.
He is a white guy.
What are you doing?
So I meant like cracking back, not as a. Anyways, so you get him that's already about the rage monster and somebody attacking. You're like, hey, how about I give you an extra turn? And you get 2 turns to crack back on him.
When you're like, oh, this is awesome politicking. All you got to do is turn to the person that has like bull with the red in their eye and just going, hey, do you want another turn? They're like, yeah, fuck yeah. And you're like, okay.
Here you go. I'm just going to check out and you can have another turn and
I'm going to go get my pizza and beer.
Well,
I come back and expect to see you here.
This is a Lowry card right there.
Absolutely.
But I love this card. This one. I mean, the 6 is legit. Like, that's a lot to hold up, but it's doing a lot. Like, this is a game changer. I think this is gonna be a lot of fun. So this is probably my favorite card of all of them that we've covered at this point. So, what's your last card on this one?
Last one is Bloodroot Apothecary, 2 and a green for a 3/3 Squirrel Druid. It has Toxic 2, which gives 2 poison counters that deals damage, combat damage. And then whenever it enters, you and target opponent each create a treasure token. Cool. Why would you want to help somebody out? Whenever an opponent sacrifices a non-creature token, that player gets 2 poison counters.
This shuts down treasure. This is stupid. Like,
and this is a game winning in itself.
Yes.
Like, or not really game winning, but it's a great hate card.
Well, okay, so this, I know this is not, you have to be in the right colors and all that, but this combined with, what's the one that Ibukaki likes to play, where it's the Descent into Averns or whatever, where everybody's getting
Descent into Avernus?
Yeah. So
the red one?
You're giving everybody treasure tokens, and then you freaking not shatters.
It deals them damage, and then they can't do anything with it than just die to poison.
But then you destroy all artifacts. Overload with what's it fucking nuts? The Malort.
Vandalblast. No. So this has to sacrifice.
Oh, sacrifice. Oh,
to
that's
trigger.
A good point.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, destroying won't help.
So it's great against those clue and treasure decks.
But
if
even
you
that
have
Descent into Avern, whatever, that is, you're gonna gain your treasures. And you get to use your treasures. They're going to gain their treasures and just take damage. And
just going to sit there. They'll be able to use 4.
This is going to get used in so many decks because of treasure, like by itself. People hate treasure, and this shuts treasure down. Like,
and somebody that hates poison, me personally, I love this card.
Yeah, you tend to play a lot of poison stuff lately for somebody that hates poison.
Yep.
Okay, so Lowry, why don't you do the?
Is it worth it? Let me work it.
Let's lead it into.
No, this is for you. What do you think? Do you think this is worth it?
There we go.
The cool cards, the terrible reprints. It's a mixed bag or box of a deck.
Okay, so I think that these, especially these last 2 with the perch protection and the Bloodroot, those could go up. I don't know do you know what the prices are on those 2?
Nope.
Okay, so we're just going off of. I think these could go up.
It's feelings. I
think these could go up. Even though the price of the deck is very low, for the reprints, the new cards in this are pretty fantastic. I like
At
this
least
one.
the two,
Right.
the green and the white one, are really cool.
Well, and you mentioned
I mean,
you
the
had
blue one's
5
really
of them.
cool too, but
Yeah.
it's 4 mana to come out, which
Right. But you mentioned there
makes
was
it a little.
there was 5 of them
tricky.
that you liked in this one. I think one of them was the alternate commander, right? Because I didn't put it
Yeah,
in.
Mr. Foxglove, which is what I'm building.
you're building.
I did really like that one. That was 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago. That was a $10 card.
Yeah. So
I don't know how much that's going to be.
this one,
And then the other one, Tempt with Bunnies. Fuck, that is such a cool card.
what is Tempt with
Do you remember that
Bunnies?
one? All right. So it's like the Tempting, where basically it's 1 white, 2 colorless. You get to draw a card and put a 1/1 bunny into play, and then each player can do that. And for every player that chooses to do that, you do it again.
Oh, okay. So you're just getting a lot of bunnies.
So like, there's the potential for you to draw 4 cards and create 4 bunnies if everybody else gets.
Yeah.
So
Parks,
like, that's a really cool card.
Parks, really quick. We are doing the Secret Lair Monty Python after this segment here, so just
Tonight.
hold tight because we are going over that. For me, this one is.
Baby, I'm worth it.
I like it. I like the cards that are the new cards in this. I like enough, and the potential of. I think that I don't know what the prices are, but Perch Protection feels like a Teferi's Protection in a way, but even more brutal. I know it's 3 more.
I mean, six mana is a lot though. Like,
Right.
you're planning that out.
Right,
It's
right.
I don't think it's really in response to.
Yeah.
It's a
But
I'm gonna pay 6 mana. Who wants an extra turn?
But I can see Bloodroot just taking down Treasure. You know, Treasure gets used a lot. I can see that one getting used a lot. And it's a squirrel. So it fits in the squirrel deck that I'll be talking about next. I like this one a lot. Like, so for me, I think it's worth it. Even though it's less, it's going against what I'm talking about from the other decks, but the new cards in themselves, I feel like are going to be higher priced. All right, Lowry, what do you think? You went through the deck. You know the other new cards. Is this one worth it?
This is another one that's really, really close. I'm gonna go with reprint wise. If all you're doing is looking at reprints, that's no. The new cards are really tempting.
The price is
So
wrong.
is that what you're saying?
That is what I'm
wow.
saying. But I'm crossing my fingers and my toes, my 20 toes, and I hope that the cards go down.
You're 20 toes. I got what you
Because
did.
of the 20
I
toed
gotcha.
toad. All right. I thought it was good.
Wah, wah, wah. Oh, no, just kidding.
Judgy.
Parks.
The cards are really cool.
Yeah, I like the cards. This Parks. We do know what the bonus cards are, so be ready for that. We have the bonus cards. We do.
The white
so-
rabbit is there.
Hey, stop the great henge.
Sorry.
You're great
I
henge in it. Just kidding. I'm kidding. But Parks, yes, we do know what the cards are, so we're going to show that here in a little bit. Okay, so you did the price is wrong. I did the price is right. Went against both of what we talked about, really.
Right.
From the other
Feels
ones. It's just is like, whatever we said. All right, let's get to the last
Right,
deck here.
right. We never said we were consistent.
Yeah. All right, so I did this one. This one is Squirreled away. So we got a new Squirrel commander in this one. This one is a little bit more expensive. Yes, it is. This is not a $40.
This is the biggest one.
This is $62.
Woo.
Yeah. So this is quite a bit more expensive. So this one, let's get to the value here.
Oh, he knows. Obadiah knows. the special cards for Secret Lair.
Okay, so cards between cards. I shouldn't say
Oh.
between. It should be. I just realized I wrote that wrong. Cards
That's all
over
right.
$10, $31 of value there. So we actually have 3 cards that
Definitely
are
the
over
best.
$10. So it's Beladros Witherbloom. That's that dragon, that black and green dragon. Forget
That
what.
untaps the lands.
It maybe. I actually didn't. I just
Maybe.
looked at the price.
Jesus. Yeah, it creates a sapling every upkeep, and then you can pay 10 life to untap land.
So it's like 10
It's a
to shoot.
sweet card.
I don't
didn't
have it in a
realize was
single
10
deck.
bucks.
I don't have it in a single deck. That's from the
Yeah,
Strixhaven.
it's an expensive dragon.
Yeah,
like
it is. I know. Then we also have. Oh, I love this reprint because it was in the unset, but Saw in Half. Oh, so the dragon Witherbloom is $10. Saw in Half is $11. So we get new art.
It's
and,
up to 11 now. All right.
And then we also have Swarm Yard, which is over $10 at this point. Makes sense. 'Cause
Which
you're in this-
has a secret layer
Yep.
printing.
Yep, and that one's more
I'm
than the
surprised it's up
$10.
there.
Well, that one, I think I was selling those for like 20 plus with the secret layer stuff. So, anyways, but we have 7 cards that are between 2 and 10. Brings us to a total of 37. So, first one is Academy Manufactor. That's they keep printing the crap out of that. I understand.
But it's legit. They
It
keep
is.
on giving it
Yep.
stuff to work with.
That's $3. Second Harvest is a $5 card. Skull Clamp again, $6. Maskwood Nexus goes in anything tribal, $5 right there. Beastmaster Ascension, which I find surprising that it's a $3 card because that's been printed so much and it doesn't feel like it should be that much, but it's $3. Chatterfang's $9, so it's very close to that $10 mark. And then Toski is a $6 card. So
solid.
$37, $31 for the $10 plus. That brings us to 68. So this one's 62, and the reprint value is 68. So by far, the biggest reprints that we've seen out of all the decks so far. Let's move on to the new stuff that's in this. So we got 3 new cards in here. I do have the Face Commander in this one. I'm going to talk about that one first because I think it can go into other decks. It doesn't just have to be for this deck in particular, but it's Hazel, the Root Bloom, 2 black and a green for a 3/5 Scroll Druid. You can tap, pay 2 life, tap X untap tokens. So it's not squirrels, it's just tokens. So you can do your treasures, you can clues, whatever. Add X mana of any combination or colors. Okay, that's or. I thought it was an of. I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Words.
That wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah. At the beginning of your upkeep or at the beginning of your end step, create a token that's a copy of target token you control. If that token is a squirrel, you double it. So, of course, yes, it's very good with squirrels. But if you have other token decks, this fits in those decks. Like if you are playing treasures, if you're playing clues, if you're playing whatever, you're making more of them at the end, at the beginning of your end step, and you can use those for mana. You're paying 2 life and then getting X mana for all your tokens, or you got to tap them. So that's the problem there. But I find this could be used in other decks that are focused on your tokens because it's not.
Right.
Like if you're doing soldier tokens, any like creature tokens, you can use those for mana. So I think that's why I threw this one in there. The other one, Hazel's Brewmaster. So we got Hazel again. But this one's just black. It's 3 colors, 1 black for a Squirrel Warlock, 3/4 Menace. Whenever it enters or attacks, exile 1 target card from a graveyard and create a food. Food is getting better. I'll give it that. Especially when it says foods you control have all activated abilities of all creature cards exiled with Hazel Brewmaster. So you're taking stuff out of people's graveyards, and now your food have more use than just gaining new life. I like that. I like that a lot. I hate food, but they're making food
interesting to give the food
abilities.
different abilities. Hold on. Let's.
I gotta lean in.
There's or attacks. The lean in right here.
Yeah.
Up to 1 target card from a graveyard and create a food token. Foods you create have all activated abilities of creature cards exiled with, but it has to. So the big thing is Mike going away. Is that it has to be your opponent's graveyard, because if you target card from a graveyard, so it could be yours. God damn it! So if you could exile your own Steve and just sacrifice for free a food to go and get a basic land into play tap,
right?
That seems bonkers.
Yeah.
That seems awesome. I wish this was the green black squirrel legend right there.
Oh,
that's
yeah, 'cause
really
then you
cool.
could build a deck
Being in
around
the
that.
99, you can't control
Yeah.
it as much,
Yeah.
but that's a really cool card.
Oh man, wait, he said. Oh, his RoboCop was saying that the squirrel deck is $25 more. Yeah, that's.
And this was that complaint of when Wizards took away MSRP, even though
they could still change the price.
would gouge anyway. But it sucks when this kind of stuff happens.
Right, because the thing is when they had that then you could target me like, you guys are just gouging the price. Now that they don't have it, you
Right.
can't really.
But they already did it. Remember Nekusar deck that was sold out because of like True Name Nemesis, and
Yeah.
you could not get the fucking deck. Man, that was a $60 to $80 Precon
Yep.
when they were selling them for 30.
That's why
Like-
Target was where I was buying those at. Just selling that one. Anyways, okay. So then the last new card that's in here is Scurry of Squirrels. It's 2 and 1 green for a 2/2 Squirrel Scout. It has Myriad. So this is the first one that we have is double Myriad. So what Myriad does, if you guys don't remember, is when you attack one player, it creates a token copy that is also tapped and attacking the other opponents that you have. So 4-player game, you attack one player, it creates 2. Well, now it's creating 2 of them tapped and attacking the other 2 as well. Okay, so whenever Scurry of Squirrels deals combat damage to a player, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. So if you're having double of those going through, if you have some open dudes, you're able to multiply the counters that get on whatever creatures you want to put them on. So I think
Yeah.
I more so was pointing this one out because I like the double Myriad in this. And just from experience with my Duke deck, you typically have people that are open, and some people will let them go through. Of course, you're not going to put the counters on the token copies because you got to sacrifice them at the end of combat. But you can really pump up the main squirrel, the original copy of Scurry of Squirrels or something else. So I think this one's pretty interesting. Right. Okay, so that being said, we had $62.
Jesus, hold on. Let's do a little bit of math on that. So okay, so it attacks. You create 2, and you get 1 through. It's 3 1/1 counters on probably Scurry of Squirrels, right? If 1 gets through, it triggers 3 times.
Whenever Scurry of Squirrels deals combat damage, it doesn't say this. It's not.
Right.
It's not saying specifically. I didn't even think of that part, Lowry,
Right.
at all.
So if you,
I was just thinking it
all
was talking
3 of them
specifically
through,
that
all-
one. You just need one of them to hit.
right?
And it's not even that 3. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 because it's Myriad.
one hit?
Myriad. It's Myriad.
Oh, you're right. Because there's 5 in play. Holy shit!
So that's 5 1/1 counters. Yes, they are exiled
with
or
one
you're
hit.
not- it's sacrifice at the end of combat.
Right. So you're gonna
Showing
put it on the original Scurry of Squirrels,
But it's 5
but also at the end of
counters.
that, if 1 gets through, you have a 7/7. That's
Yeah.
going to attack for Myriad again. It doesn't get the counters don't go on.
Is this gonna
the
get
tokens.
a rata though? Like, is it specifically trying to say that
No,
specific one?
they're
It is?
copies of Scurry of Squirrels. They all
Whatever
are going to
Scurry of
trigger.
Squirrels,
They
yeah.
did that on purpose.
Yeah, they did. You're right.
That's crazy at 3. That's awesome. Not
Yeah.
crazy. Awesome.
No, so I was only saying it because I was like, hey, double Myriad, you're gonna get things through. You're gonna get 1 to 2, 3 counters on things. This is one of them hits and it's 5. Like
Right, with
5.
all those triggers. That's an awesome
You
card.
have one player that's open. You attack, even if you have this die. You attack one player, even if the original is gonna die. You attack the player that, because that's the one problem is the one player you're attacking is only getting attacked with 1. The other 2 players are getting attacked with 2 of them. If one's open, you're getting 10 counters on a single creature. Like that's kind of insane. Okay, way to clarify that one, Larry. Good catch on that. Okay, so again, $62 is the value at TCG as of,
Okay. The Myriad tokens are exiled at end of combat, so it
believe-
can't just keep building.
it's sacrificed is what it is, but same thing. Whatever.
That
They're
sounds
gone.
right.
Yep. Okay, so $62 to buy this deck. Total value was $68. We have these 3 I thought were the most noteworthy squirrels in the deck. Is this one
Is it worth it? Let me work it.
for you? This is overvalue. You got $6 right there to work with.
So again, this is a weird thing. I'm going to say I like the reprints. All of those reprints that you said, I was like, oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Renshai is
Like,
clarifying.
I don't think it might drop, but it goes in a ton of decks and it will hold value for sure in my mind. I really like these cards. Squirrels are super popular, as we've discussed throughout the years. I do really like, I don't know if I care about Hazel, like the main person, but like that goes in a lot, like you were saying. I like the Myriad. The $60 is the thing, right? Like they know it's going to be popular, so LGS has raised the price to accommodate that. I'm gonna say that it's worth it,
Oh,
Baby, I'm worth it.
but I'm not gonna buy it.
I
So I think it's worth it.
I
but
think
I'm
I'm
not
there
gonna
with
buy
you
it.
too. Renshai did clarify they are not sacrificed, they are exiled. So you can't get like anything that deals with sacrifice effects. It's not going to take effect. I'm right there with you, buddy. The value is there. There's 3 cards that are over $10 in this one. The ones that are under $10 are, Chatterfang is a $9 card, and I'm not sure, but do you get that alt art of Chatterfang, or that might be just a collector booster thing? Like they have the new
I don't know.
Chatterfang.
No,
I have no
I
idea.
think it's its own thing. There is this special guest art
Okay,
in
so
the
that's
collector's
gonna be, so it's
boosters,
just
but
gonna
I think
be,
that's separate.
okay. But still, even still at $68.
But that's a good point. I would expect Chatterfang to drop in price dramatically,
Yeah,
maybe half. Like expect it to be more like a $4 card instead of $8.
that is a good point. Yep. But the special guest one is going to go way up because that's
Right.
Ibukaki
Right.
is going to grab
Unless-
that dude for his.
No, he is not. Have you
What?
seen? He got a metal proxy token of
that's
it.
right. That's right.
Holy shit! Does that thing look?
Yeah, it does look sweet.
fantastic.
Yeah. That's what sucks when you get multiple treatments of things, but he got a metal token that's not a treatment,
Right,
he
right.
got a special thing. So yeah, I'm in the same boat. I think it's worth it. Squirrels are, people love it, dude. It's an underground, not even really underground. It's
I
just
don't
people
get
go
it.
nuts.
They're just rats with tails.
But they take down Emrakul, buddy. Emrakul can't handle it. Can't handle all the nuts. All those
That's true.
squirrels, they just take them down.
That's true.
So, all
And
right.
She doesn't want all those nuts.
All right. So if there's anything else, if there's certain decks that you guys like more, please let us know in the comments and all that stuff. We're going to kind of move on to our next segment of everything. Actually, we're going to kind of get our tags and all that, and then we will talk about our secret lair. So yeah, just make sure you guys. Oh, and if you're just watching this, please give this a like. That helps us out. Like everybody says it. You watch YouTube. That's what. But it does help. It really does help us out. So
Yeah.
all right. So let's move on. Let's get to chatting and stuff. I have a story to tell. Okay.
All right.
So, we have the boys home yesterday. It feels like a weird transition to go right back to go right into just chatting about stuff, but I mean, this is what we're doing. So.
It's all right. I mean, I think it's appropriate to separate the two.
Yeah, we don't.
I mean, it's a kind of circle of life type of episode, I guess. Although you
Good
are
point.
Snip, so I don't know how much that circle. It's a Snip circle,
Yes.
but
I'd rather get circumcised than have a Malort shot. Or not
Circumcised.
circumcised. Sorry, I didn't mean circumcised. I meant I said that is not
as
it.
like an adult, I don't know.
No,
I
no,
would rather get
'cause,
snipped than
sorry.
circumcised as an
I'd
adult.
rather get a vasectomy. Jeez.
Jesus.
No, that's the thing. We're anteaters. We are not that. I don't want to get
I
circumcised.
know, but
I don't
it
know.
doesn't mean I want to get a circumcision at 40. Hey, while you down there for the vasectomy,
Stupid Malorts. All right.
just fucking cut the hat off or what?
Okay.
The
So
turtleneck, I don't like them. I don't even like the collar. All of it off.
just get rid of it. Okay. So Cindy
I
had
don't even
off.
want to keep the skin.
Cindy had off yesterday, and it's hard as an adult, as with parents. It's hard to figure out time of when you can kind of do your thing.
You could do that as a parent.
Hey, Parks, I do have to give you this. He said, well, I'm already Jewish. So, the funny thing is when I went to Milwaukee, for college, I'm doing another side story. I went like on a camping trip and we are like, everybody's drinking whatever around the fire. And I don't remember how it came up, but I said that I was uncircumcised, you know?
Right. No, you're proud of it. That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. It's like, I'm uncircumcised. And some girl goes, oh, so you're Jewish? I'm like, no.
Reverse that.
Yeah. Flip it, reverse it. Like, it's just, I think it was the same fucking trip that then I said I was going to school for meteorology, and the gal, I think it was a different gal. She said, oh, because it was nighttime. She's like, oh, so you know about the stars? And I'm like, motherfucker.
Same night, different girl.
Yes, I think it was two
I'm
different
going to
girls.
say that Milwaukee is struggling at this point.
Oh my god. So yeah, it was the same fucking trip, and two different gals that said it'd be funny if it was the same one. Anyways, okay, back to the story. So anyways, as adults with kids, it's harder to get it on with your spouse because the kids are always there, and of course, you know, it's normally nighttime, but nighttime, as a parent, you get
time.
Yeah, it is. But as a parent, you get tired, you know, from yelling at them and trying to get them to bed or whatever. Not yelling, but it just sounds like I'm yelling at my kids all the time. But you know what I'm saying? It's like you have a full day of being with the kids and you just get tired. And so a lot of times we're like, all right, we're getting it on tonight. And then it gets to the kids are in bed and it's just like, God damn it. I'm not in the horny mood right now. And we are not going to do this. So let's just save it another night. Anyways.
Right.
Yesterday. Was it yesterday? Did I say it yesterday? It was yesterday. Yes.
It was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
When you almost the full story on Discord.
Yeah.
But
so yesterday.
Dude, this 10-minute lead up. What is getting it on? Can you tell me? Is it
brown
P and the V?
brown car? Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
So the boys go outside and they're playing in the sprinklers and the water and all that stuff. And you know, we take a shower and all that stuff, and I'm like, we need to mess around. She's like, well, what are the boys doing? And I was like, they're outside. And so I like went and checked. I went out there, had my towel around my waist, and I'm like, they're outside. Let's do it really quick. Okay. So I go into the room and I lock the door and I close the door. Then I came in the bathroom. I was like, let's do it. The
Seems
boys were playing.
reasonable.
Yeah. She's like, all right, let's do it. So we start doing things. One thing leads to another. I was like, all right, let's go to the bed, blah, blah, blah. We're going to town. It's a quickie, so it's got to be quick. And
we don't know another way.
yeah, exactly. I'm getting towards the end of things, you know. I'm like, all right, it's happening here. I hear the door open to the garage because our bedroom's on the main level. So I hear the door open to the garage, and I just hear stomp, 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 stomp. Goes past the bedroom door. I'm like,
the only way kids can walk.
I'm like, motherfucker, I'm like there. Like this fucker is walking by. So it goes past our bedroom, goes to the kitchen. Then I hear stomp, stomp, stomp back. And I was already prepared that when he goes, if they go to the handle, I was just going to be like, we're going to the bathroom. Like that was what I was going to say. Just be like, that's why the door is locked. So I hear him grab the handle and I just yell out as I'm finishing. Like this is happening. I go into the bathroom.
Go to the bathroom.
But I locked the door. That was fine. What I didn't do was pull the door completely shut.
Oh my God.
Because I was trying to be like secretive with it. Like Cindy, like, cause she was in the bathroom and I didn't want to like make it obvious that hey, we're about to get it on.
So it's secretive to her as well.
Yeah. So I was like, hey,
slow close.
Right. I did. And then I locked it. So he pushes open the door as I go into the bathroom. He opens the door and he goes, what are you doing? And it's my ass. And Cindy's on the side of the bed and her legs, yes. So I go, oh my God. He said, what are you doing? Closes the door immediately, and we just lose it laughing, just losing our. What he's doing at this point, he's going to get Drake and to tell him what's going on. So they come back, and the door is jiggling, like you can hear it. And they're like, "What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing?"
But he legitly closed the doors, so he
I couldn't get back in. So, like I said, I was finishing at the time the door was opening, so it was just like it was like Grandma's Boy, where it's just like,
I mean,
I
honestly,
can't
it
stop,
sounds like it
feels
takes
so
you longer
good.
to finish than actually do the thing.
Pretty much.
That's the best part.
Is so embarrassed. She runs into the bathroom, is just like putting her hair up and getting ready, and Zeke comes in. He just has this shit grin. Same with Drake, and Zeke goes, "All I saw was Dad's butt, and Mom's legs were in the air." And I was like, I was just cuddling. He's like, what? He's like, why were you cuddling naked? I was like, that's what we do. When we go to the Meat Forest. Oh,
Dude, this is what I might have done. I don't know, because you don't want to teach these things, but you're like, remember when I said, when you walked in, I said I was going to the bathroom. All I was doing was peeing on the bed. That's what I was trying to do. Let's see if they buy that.
He never
Now
called me
you got to talk about sex, right? I don't want to do that for
he
like
never
another
called
5
me out on the
years.
going to the bathroom thing. Like Cindy's the one who's like, why did you yell going to the bathroom? And I was like, because I thought the door he didn't get it open. I thought he grabbed the handle, and I thought I heard him like he couldn't get it open. She was like, did you just pee in me? I was like, no. I came in you. Yeah. So that's been a running joke this last day, is like anything with sexual stuff. We're just, I don't know. It's hopefully I'm hoping he forgets it. He's not going to.
It's tough. It's tough because like there are definitely times where the kids leave their doors open. We leave our door open just so we can hear them a little bit,
Right,
and make sure they're not fucking around. And our time is always kind of like the nighttime.
Yeah.
And so you kind of know what's going to happen if the door is closed, but the door doesn't get closed all the time. And so like whenever there's any type of repositioning, it's like, hey, could you lock the door, please? Like, let's make, because my son's doors, it's connecting closets. Like our closet is our son's bed. Like it's close. And
I just love the comments, dude. The comments are fucking ridiculous. I love this. Everybody scared for life.
Scared for life.
Esteban said, "New dad fear unlocked." Oh my God.
It's okay. Look, it's very, I think, and maybe back me up on this. It's very similar to like when you're a teenager and you're like masturbating at home and you're worried about your parents coming in on you.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
In some form or the other.
Right. Yeah.
Like it's similar to that. So you really, when you become mature enough, you
this
only
was that
have,
moment
like,
as an adult. This is that moment as an adult. Being basically busted as masturbating. Like that's basically what it is at this point.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, perspective wise, when it comes to like privacy, in between your parents and your kids, you have like less than 10 years.
Yeah.
Like of actual, just like for you.
Right. Not having to worry. Oh man.
And if you have an animal, they're just going to sit there and watch it.
Yeah.
If it's
the best part is when that's happening and then the dog or the cat jumps on the bed and is like, get the fuck out of here. Stop sniffing my asshole. Get out of here.
I did that one time with our dog at the beginning. I was like, get off. And then we just started having to close the door for our dog, and he'd sit outside going,
Oh man, if we
son of a gun.
if we had a lot of time, there's so many stories of experiences with all that. Fuck. But yeah, dude, in the moment is just like we had basically 30 seconds to figure out what the fuck we were gonna say because both boys are. What are you doing? What's happening? Why were you on mom? Like Drake is very like, I want to know what
Is she okay?
Why were you beating mom?
Oh, you're gonna have to do birds and peas earlier than you intended.
I know. I'm just glad I didn't have her like bent over and then for all he knows is that she had her clothes on. Like all he could see was her legs just sticking up in the air. Like
Right. Right. You stretching yoga.
Yeah.
Yoga.
But okay, so if anybody has
She's gonna have to start yoga.
yeah, right. If anybody has an inkling of like what it was like, if you haven't seen Grandma's Boy, which highly recommend you see it. I think it ages very well. But the dude's masturbating.
Watched it for a while.
It's been a while. But dude's masturbating, and then Nick Swartzen's mom walks in while he's coming. He's masturbating to a toy figurine. I think it's isn't it Tomb Raider, Lara Croft. He like bends her over and stuff. She comes in and he's like, I can't stop because he's coming, and he like squirts it all over her. That's basically what it was when Zeke came into the bed because I was just like, oh my God. And now he sees my, I'm just glad he didn't like stand there and sit for like minutes because I would like, I'm glad. Because imagine if he just stood there until I like turned around. Because then
what are you doing? Like he's at a zoo, like watching.
Yeah.
What are they doing? I'm curious.
Oh man. All right, so if you guys would like to donate, no, just kidding. I don't know how to do tags after that story.
All right, we got a Discord. If you could join that,
I think we just
on our Patreon.
We're already at an hour and 30 minutes. We're gonna get right to Secret Lair. So really, you feeling it? I got the two Malorts in me, yeah. And this microphone won't stop moving, like my penis.
So yeah, we got a Discord that you can join. That we are there frequently, if not all the time. And if we had bosses, they would hate us for it.
Yes.
And we have a Patreon. You can donate for us to take shots. Maybe in the next week or two, depending on how we're feeling, we're going to talk about the next dirty shot that we will have to accumulate before we do this. It was a suggestion on Instagram. We will reveal our enemy when the time comes.
So yeah, there's many ways to, and like we mentioned before, is like everything that you guys donate to us or everything that goes to us goes right back into the show. There's never anything that's like, we're just trying to keep expanding this. So I appreciate everybody that donates and all that stuff. If you guys listen to us regularly, I really would love you guys to get on the Discord because that is, we chat there. You find out all the information. Even if it's just $1, like that's how you find out.
You can go to Twitter and you can ask us things and we will show up, but that is not where we're at. We are on the Discord, and not because we're just looking for money. It's because we're not as good as our grandparents at technology, and we only have so much brain space, and we just
shout out
Grandma.
That's
our thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's what I would say.
Yeah. So that's
hey,
a shout
Scott,
out.
hashtag dirty shots. That's gross in the context of Adam's story. If that's what you're saying, I'm not interested.
Should do the first one as a shout out to the
isn't there's like a semen shot out there?
Yeah, there is. It's pretty gross.
Okay. All right. We don't gotta talk about that.
The one thing I will also say is the Commander Smith store is going to be up for a little bit longer, commandersmiths.com. We will be switching the location of that, so you can get things like our mugs that we have here that we'll feature on there. But there's a lot of other things on there. You guys can check that out. But eventually that is going to switch locations, so it's not going away. We did just get a hashtag Team Urza's Saga that just got bought t-shirt, so just throw that out there. So
congratulations, you got your first shirt bought.
Yes. For some reason, Forest Walk is some sort of thing. All right, we need to get to
It's because people like forests.
get out of here. Get the. Oh, do I even have it? No, back up. Back up. No, it's Friday. Hey, that works.
It's Friday.
I forgot that it is Friday.
Get the fuck
While we're in this, I do want to say, AJ, we
Oh yeah, heal up, buddy.
super sorry that we got a longtime listener, good buddy, and he fell and fucking broke some ribs. Holy shit, man.
So now it's time to just watch the Commander Smiths. That's all you got to do, buddy.
Right, that's all you got to do. That's all. But also, here you go, AJ.
I don't want relationship. I just want
Bang, bang, bang.
I don't want to know.
Even though you probably can't do the bang 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 currently. Oh shit! How did I miss that button?
Yeah,
There's
you
a
totally
story.
did. You totally
God
did.
damn it!
That is totally what it should have.
Yes.
I don't want
Total
really-
miss.
I just want bang, bang, bang. Oh, that's perfect. All right, let's move on to our secret lair.
Is that sorry, AJ, if I feel like that button is only for you and not sex stories? Weird, but there you go.
Just for AJ. Just for AJ.
Just for AJ. It's only AJ.
All right, here we go.
It's a secret.
All right, so we did go over the secret layers last week, the main part of this, but we did get two more that were added to the secret layer drop. That is, what is it called here? It is Inside an Elevator Super Drop, which will release on Monday. So we're going to kind of go over the cards that were released in this one. Lowry, why don't you get us started on this? So it's the Monty Python. Go ahead.
So this is the attached with the current secret layer that's coming out on July 29th, this coming Monday, two days from now. There is a bunch of secret layers that you may have joined in this video, but this one currently that we're going to talk about is Monty Python, which is English humor to the max, and it is really themed around the Holy Grail, where
And I'm gonna be honest, like, I've watched the Holy Grail. It's been probably 20 years since I've seen the Holy Grail.
been about 10 for me.
Yeah, and like I liked Life of Brian a lot. Like that was my main. I like that one more, but not more. I should say I watched that one a couple
Yeah,
more
you-
times. But even still, both of them, like, it's been 20 years, so I get all the bits, but it isn't gonna be like we know everything about it. Like, we're not the hardcore
sure.
fans, so don't get mad at us for that part. And I do want to mention really quick, when we talk about the breakpoint of this, what it is when we talk about breakpoint 2, breakpoint 3, it means how many it takes for you to break even, so you can get one for free. So if it's a breakpoint 2, it means that if you bought 2 of these, the one pays for it, the other one, basically, is what that is. If breakpoint 3, it means if you buy 3 of them, after 3, it pays for the other one. So, and also maturity level, it takes 10 to 16 months for these to mature to the level of getting to that breakpoint. So when I do the pricing of all that stuff, that's where we're at. So I just want to kind of put that caveat out there.
Yep,
all right.
for sure.
So we have 2 of them, right?
Saying all that, this might be quicker.
Yeah.
The Monty Python is very popular in, at least I'm assuming, the UK, along with America. There's a lot of people that like it. This is one of
The biggest hype
when
I've
you're
seen
meeting
from
people.
Yeah.
This is like, my wife was like, we should watch this movie together, and like, it's like, do you vibe together when you movie? That is what my wife did with me. I did the other one,
Life
the
of
one that
Brian?
was already Secret Lair with
Oh.
the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Oh,
what was that
Princess
one?
Bride.
Yes, I did that with her. And so, but like, when you're trading movies that you love, this was one that my wife did. So I plan on at least getting her one, and then me
Aw,
as one as well.
cute.
Yeah, I said it, and she's like, I don't know, what do you want me to do with it? I was like, fucking, I'm thinking of you.
Put
I
it in
get
a
you a
frame
present
and
like
put it on the
once
wall.
a year. What do you?
And it's magic cards. This is even better. You should
Right,
love it.
I'll like this gift. if you don't like. But so it's cool. It's 9 cards,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. Well, it's two drops. Volume 1, Volume 2.
2 drop. Oh, it
Yes.
makes sense.
Okay.
All right.
Let's get to Volume 1 first.
Here's the thing: is when secret layers are going, I'm not paying attention because Adam's like
I got
focused.
it. Yeah.
I
got it,
and
Larry.
so like I'm just going, yeah, I like that. And there's a lot of really cool stuff, but I don't really know the specifics. This is really cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is fucking sweet.
Yeah. Well, read it.
Tim the Enchanter. This is Prodigal Sorcerer.
Yep.
This is Tim.
Yeah.
It's tap to deal 1 damage. It's old school Tim. It's perfect.
It's the reason why the card was named that. And you can see in the
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But perfect.
yeah.
Because we grew up calling it a binky.
Yep,
which
binky.
I don't know why, but
Yeah, that's just,
tap bink.
yeah. So when
um,
everybody's calling him Tim, I'm like, why is it called? It's because of Monty
didn't know
Python.
that,
So
but amazing.
yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah, and the foils look amazing here, and it's all full art stuff here. So people that are listening, you're gonna have to check out the video too to see all these guys.
You got Bring Out the Dead, which is reskin of Buried Alive. All reskin cards, but Buried Alive, perfect. Bring out your dad,
Right?
and
Yeah,
then it's
I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead. Yeah, exactly.
and it's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
What is that? We should be reading the flavor text. Was Tim's in there?
Oh, I can't.
There
give me
are
a second.
some
Let's
who
see if
call
I can get there.
me Tim, is what Tim's is, and
Tim.
Bring Out Your Dead is what is it? I'm getting better. No, you're not. You'll be stone dead in a moment. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not dead yet. All right. All right. So that is Buried Alive. Very useful. Oh, really quick. Prodigal Sorcerer is only 7,000 EDH rec decks. Buried Alive is 117,000. So this is a used card quite a bit.
But again, it's perfect.
Right.
All right.
I almost don't even want to do the EDH rec numbers because it's like
Right.
these just you're gonna buy these for the Princess Bride, Monty Python type of meme type things. But okay, so the next one.
Right. And the next one is "Tis But a Scratch." This
Scene
is
is
the
amazing.
reskin of Dismember,
Yeah.
which is target creature gets -5/-5 until end of
I
turn,
wish
which
it
is
was
1
when-
and
I wish it was when all his legs and everything was cut off. Like that would. I mean, I love it.
right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
It's a
but-
literal dismember.
Yeah.
What is that?
The flavor is a scratch your arms off. Yeah, that's fantastic. Dismember
so
is in
good.
59,000 EDH rec decks, so that's used. That's in EDH rec decks right there. Hey, there's a flavor text, guys.
Well, yeah,
to
and there's a
use
lot
for-
there, but because the other thing too, in Throne of Eldraine, they had a bit of a nod to Holy Grail for sure when it came to like knights and stuff like that. You can't go big time into it because it wasn't that set. It wasn't this, but it's so good.
Yeah. This might be one of my favorites right here.
You have African Swallow, which is reskin of Birds of Paradise.
And
The European Swallow, which is also Birds of Paradise.
okay, so it's a flip.
Jesus. I didn't realize that until you said it today.
Oh, really?
What?
Yeah.
You have a double-sided
Yeah.
Swallow Birds of Paradise.
So the one says
Perfection.
it's not a question of where he grips it, and then the other side says it's a simple question of weight ratios. So this is the okay. So for Birds of Paradise, this quite simply is the best that is out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is with it being a flip Birds of Paradise, and you have the Monty Python references, and it's actually really good. Like, I like the art with all this. Like, you have everything with the movie and everything like that, but it's like, I like this card in itself. Like, you don't even have to be a Monty Python fan to like this card. Like, that's
Right.
And BOP, 519,000 EDH rec decks.
Obviously.
Yeah. So, and then we have our last one of the volume 1, which is a huge fucking drop with just the volume 1. Like, there's so many good cards in this one.
Wait. We want a shrubbery. I don't actually know which one. I don't
This is
remember
3
this
visits.
one.
This is 3 visits.
Oh, this 3 visits?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yes.
They reprinted that in here. Perfect.
494,000 EDH rec decks.
It's amazing.
And it says one that looks nice and not too expensive. The Knights Who Say Knee. So
Yeah.
this is like okay. So let's get to the numbers instead of just marveling at what we are dealing with here.
Perfect.
So we're assuming, and I'm guessing it's going to be $30 and $40 on the non-foil and foil side of things. We have not seen what it is yet. There is the potential of using a different IP that they are $10 more on each side, but we're just going to go with what we've seen. So on the non-foil side of things, you have a value of about $60 after fees and shipping is $47. So that gives you a break point of 3. So you buy 3 of these, that pays for itself. Foil side of things, 91 minus the fees is 71. Also a break point of 3. I think that's the low end. That is the absolute low end, unless you're going to be able to buy these probably single wise pretty cheap right when everybody's getting them. But you give it that 10 to 16 months, and I think it'll be less than that, this thing will skyrocket. Like, this is across the board, social media, Discord, when we've looked at people in the Discord with talking about this one, this has the most hype I've ever seen with Secret Layers. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
People that don't like Secret Layers are buying this one.
Is this like level of excitement? I think it's maybe a titch below the Lord of the Rings, but like
Not Secret
kinda
Lair.
seems
The
there.
Lord of the Rings. You're not talking about the Secret Lair, but you're just saying Lord of the Rings. in
no,
general.
Lord of the Rings in general, like
Okay, 'cause
the universes.
So
But
you're
yeah,
saying
the Secret
the
Lair
garbage-
version not so good.
Yeah. But yeah, no.
But as in like the alternate universes, Lord of the Rings was out of this world,
yeah,
home run, perfect.
yeah.
And a lot of the Secret Layers, when it comes to alt universes and just alt universes in general, people,
Thanks, Joel.
it becomes very divisive.
So Joel's saying, yep, 30 and 40. Yep. Okay, so it is.
And Lord of the Rings did not do that from what we saw. And it seems like this isn't doing that either. Like, also, Holy Grail is like perfect for Magic.
Right. Well, dude,
It's
when I got like into Magic hardcore in elementary, the friends that I was playing with that were into Magic were huge into Monty Python. I wasn't at that
Okay.
point. I don't think I watched the movies until years and years and years later. I was just like, oh, Magic, whatever.
when you say 20, we're not that old.
We are very old.
You're 41. You're getting there.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember my friends were like, oh, Monty Python. Like, they're Monty Python and Magic. Like, they were hand in hand. Like, I remember that. Like, it was like we were playing Magic and they were talking about Monty Python. It felt like they were around the same time. I don't remember when this came out. It might have been around the same time. Do you remember?
No.
And I
This is like 70s, 80s.
Yeah, I guess that's earlier. Yep. So,
Yeah. That's earlier. That's earlier than us.
so
So
this one, this is easy buy. All right, let's move on to
Right.
volume 2.
I love it.
Less cards in this one.
Okay.
but good cards.
I don't know if I've seen this one. The Bridge of Death. Oh, this is Door to Nothingness, which is kind of a target player loses the game.
Yeah.
Also perfect.
So this one is what is your favorite color? Is the flavor text of that?
What is your favorite color? Yeah, it's perfect.
So this one,
I don't know if you could choose a better card.
Yeah. No, I mean this.
I think it's perfect.
Yeah, and this is an 11,000 EDH rec deck. It's not huge on the EDH rec deck numbers, but it's used. I mean, it works. And then this is the big guy in this one, I think.
I haven't seen these.
It's Sir. I don't even know, but see, this is where I'm saying the Monty Python. It's been 20 years since I've seen it.
She can't even read.
It serves something scaled.
But Dever-
But this is the Ashnod's altar,
Yeah.
sacrifice a creature. add to colorless. That
Shit. I
kind
also
of
have to
rings a
read-
bell.
I
I
have to
don't
read all
remember
this.
that part.
So logically, if she weighs the same as a duck, oh yeah, she's made of wood, and therefore a witch. Oh, actually, the art is fantastic. So logically, if she weighs the same as a duck, she's made of wood, and therefore a witch. Like, this is fantastic, and it's borderless. It's not even borderless. This is full art. Borderless is just or extended. Sorry, it is borderless. Extended is God. This microphone is bugging the shit out.
So not to take away from your sex story, but I do probably want to see if I can watch this movie again with my wife. It is our anniversary, 8th anniversary.
Oh, is that where the sex
this weekend?
Oh, good.
So,
brown chicken,
yeah.
brown cow. Can you?
No, really doubt it.
Just not lock the door and
No,
see what happens.
we might spend a few hours together alone, so that's nice. That's all I ask for.
Ashnod's Altar 331,000 EDH rec deck, so that is used
great
quite a
card.
bit.
Great choice.
And then we have 2 more, but really 1 more card and then a token here.
Castle of Arg. Which one is this? Dark Depths?
Yeah, it's Dark Depths. Yeah,
That's great.
yeah.
Great.
So the best part is, so that's 46,000 EDH rec decks, but we also get the token.
Is that on the backside too? Is this a flip
No,
one?
this is a second. We get an extra
What?
4 cards with it.
I feel
yeah.
like this could be a flip.
Well, but then we'd only have 3 cards in this whole thing, so we get 4 cards with the Merit Lage. So we get the Merit
Right.
Lage, which is the Black Beast of what is it? What is it, Lowry?
Arg!
Oh, I guess I didn't read the flavor on the other one. Oh, there is no flavor.
Yeah.
Okay, so the flavor's on this.
Arg!
Run away! Run away! All right, so we got the bonuses coming here in a second, but just taking the drops as themselves. Volume 2, we have a value of $45 with non-foil, and after fees and shipping, it's $36. So there really isn't as big a value. I think that's gonna be higher. Again, this is base value. I'm basing this off. These are gonna probably go higher because like Princess Bride stuff went higher than what I estimated. You know, I'm going off of that. On the foil side of things, we have a value of 65 minus fees, 53. So it's a break point of 5. Again, I think Dark Depths. I think Ashnod's Altar. I think Door to Nothingness. I think Merit Lage. All of these are going to be higher than what I estimated. But at a base price, it's a break point 5. So our volume 1 is a little bit better in that. But we do have some bonus cards. So let's talk about those.
Right.
Get those up here. So we have 2 bonus cards, and I don't know how they're falling in here. But Laura, why don't you read the 2 bonus cards we have here?
All right, so you have Catapult, which is basically a reskin of Goblin Bombardment, which is sacrifice a creature, deal 1 damage to any target, and again, perfection.
Yeah.
Flavor text?
Oh, God. It's not in English? What is that one?
Oh, it's French.
You've seen it more recently than I have.
That's not true.
I don't know. I don't know what that one.
It's in French. Don't worry about it. You didn't want us to say it anyway.
But I think the one that I'm more excited for is, well, although Goblin Bombardment.
Really?
I mean, no, let me rephrase it. 138,000 EDH rec decks. I think that's the more expensive one. But the other one, for the flavor, I'm excited for this one. It's not good. It's never going to go in a deck. But it fits.
Absolutely. So, but the other one is Killer Rabbit of Karen Brungarg. That was definitely a rucka-ruff of rucka interpretation of it. But this is Kizadrix.
Which is in 74 decks.
I'm surprised there are those, but it's a 4/4 first strike. That's it. But it's a rabbit already.
It's a 4/4 first strike. If your opponents control no creatures, you take 4 damage.
Look, before Bloomburrow, you only had 3 rabbits to choose from. So I don't blame them. I'm glad that it's not Visidrix.
Joma Edge is saying clearly never experienced the French taunting. Yes, like that's okay. That's what it is. See, this is I should have watched this before we did this, but there's no time for me to go through this again.
No, there wasn't a lot of time there. But
Okay. So I still think both of these, even though Kezadrix is a terrible card, it's still gonna get you some value there. I think each of them is, $10 to $15 in value.
You think, well,
Well, because of the memes. Like if this,
I mean, you're a pro. Okay.
If
All
this
right.
sells out like I think it will, you're gonna have a lot of Monty Python people that are, the bunny is the biggest thing. Like that is the thing people are like, I want this. Well, and the Holy Grail was the other thing which didn't show up. Maybe that's like the bonus secret card that we haven't seen yet. That'd be cool if they did.
That's an interesting point.
Like the monovault type of thing with Fallout stuff. But I think the bunny is probably, it's the most meme part of the Monty Python thing. So I think that one's going to be higher than you think. I think you're going to be able to get it for cheap early, but I think this one will go up, especially over time for the Monty Python lovers. You have a lot of people that are going to buy this.
If they do something with the Holy Grail and they put maybe like a special card in each of those, I'd be interested. I don't know what it'd be. I'd have to think about it. Maybe something that blows up everything, some type of wrath, artifact wrath, maybe.
Oh, I'm about to say something, but it wouldn't fit. The One
Go.
Ring.
No,
it's the
it
Holy
would
Grail.
not fit. No, not that one. Navineral's disc, maybe.
Oh yeah,
Something
that's
like
a good point. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I think
something like
I
that.
did see somebody post that, saying that it should be that. That's actually
Oh.
a really good point. Not
Agreed.
on Discord. I think I saw it on Twitter
Yeah.
somewhere that somebody said that.
You.
Yeah.
We're not married, bud.
But yeah, so overall, the Monty Python one.
Look, that rabbit's got a vicious streak a mile wide. It's a killer.
Oh, did I not
God.
read the flavor of that?
No,
No, I
Joel's
didn't.
saying it.
No, but I didn't read it. That's more foul, cruel, and bad-tempered rodent you've ever set your eyes on. Tim the Enchanter. So we go back to Tim. Yeah.
It's good. I'm gonna watch it now.
Yeah, now
and
I
even
want
though
to.
that
Even though-
like Lord of the Rings set last year made me want to watch Lord of the Rings, I did not because it's a fucking investment. And
Shame. Get the fuck out.
this is just a movie
Get the fuck
that
out.
I can watch with my wife.
So is
My
Lord of the
wife.
Rings. It's just a movie.
And, no, it's just a movies. That's what Lord of the Rings is.
Well, it's a multiple day thing. Come on, man.
I mean, personally, all of it's amazing. What is the break point on?
Oh, I already did that.
Did we talk about the break point
Yeah.
on the second one?
That Malort is getting you, buddy.
Remember when I
Okay.
said that sometimes when you talk, I don't pay attention? That's happening like half this episode. Sorry, but
Okay, so again, these are going to go on sale on Monday, 11 p.m. Central. So just whatever your time zone is, just plan accordingly. Just to give you an idea, the Hatsune Miku ones, since they've been doing the limited quantity, the last one sold out in an hour and 50 minutes. I think this one will sell out a lot quicker than that. So just be prepared. Be prepared. Get your watches set so you guys can get on there. And don't get discouraged if you jump on and it's like an hour, because that time goes really quick. Just throwing that out there. So, Lowry, you look like you're gonna pass out. You just kind of checked out there.
no, I'm good.
Okay.
Good.
All right. We should wrap it up because we are at 2 hours and we got to get this bad boy up and running for the audio podcast stuff. That should do it for this week. Thank you guys all for joining. You do your part. Thanks for
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Bye.
I know I added in some extra stuff.
I love boobs. I'm talking
Look,
tatas.
we got a script. I gotta stick to it.
Boobs. I'm bunker
Why you
for
messing with
bunkers.
it?
I love
All right.
boobs. Thanks for the memories. I love boobs.
Love y'all.
God damn it. Get over to the end of the cast and there. Hey gang, the best way to support the Commander Smiths is make sure you slap that like button. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to our channel. Also, check out our online store, CommanderSmiths.com, where we have metal tokens, mugs, t-shirts, playmats, and more.